Never before have Nigerians in diaspora enjoyed the welfare, care, and support of the federal government like they have under the leadership of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. For example, Mr. President insisted that Nigerians must be treated with dignity whenever they have contact with the foreign countries, whether inside Nigeria or outside Nigeria. As part of these general consular services, Nigeria was among the first countries in the world that airlifted its citizens out of Egypt in 2011 as a result of uprising there. Also, during the Libyan crisis, Nigeria was swift in evacuating its displaced citizens from Libya as a result of the crisis following the fall of Gaddafi regime. I was personally in Benghazi to carry a special message from Mr. President to the then transitional authorities about how and the standards, the minimum standards we expect them to treat all Nigerians residing in their country. President Goodluck Jonathan's administration also ensured that Nigeria was removed from the United States travel blacklist, which we briefly entered as a result of the Abdulmutallab incident, and ensured that Nigeria received Category 1 status in the United States once again. As regards to economic diplomacy, another area which Mr. President paid due attention to, partnerships have been built very successfully, which resulted in a large investment inflow into the country in the form of foreign direct investment. The total foreign direct investment inflow into Nigeria was in the region of about $8.9 billion in 2012, making it the biggest beneficiary of foreign direct investment in Africa and the best destination for foreign investment in the continent, as rated by the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. Also, the General Electric Company of the United States is investing over $1 billion in the construction of a factory in Calabar, Cross Rivers, to manufacture gas turbines for the power sector, not just for Nigeria, but also for all of Africa. Siemens of Germany, too, is establishing a local manufacturing factory in Lagos State for the production of small and medium-scale gas turbines for the power sector in Nigeria and the sub-region. Still under the economic diplomacy, in a unique and special partnership with the United States, over 1,000 ex-militants from the Niger Delta have been trained in American institutions as part of the General Amnesty Program in various skills over the last 2 years. Consequent upon the 6th Nigeria-EU dialogue on migration and development in Abuja on the 20th of March 2013, the EU has made a commitment to fund the implementation of projects on migration management in Nigeria to the tune of 20 million euros, which is about 4.2 billion naira. The centerpiece of Nigeria's foreign policy is Africa, and Nigeria is involved in continental and regional peace and security, democracy, and human rights. Nigeria is rated highly as a peacekeeping country, and that contribution is immortalized, if you want to say, in our permanent membership of the African Union Peace and Security Council. It is important to say Nigeria is the only permanent member of the African Union Peace and Security Council. The other 14 members of the council are on temporary basis. And of course, coming to the sub-region, West Africa, which has been bedeviled in crisis since 2011, with the breakout of crisis in Cote d'Ivoire, following the contested election that former President Laurent Gbagbo claimed to have won, and the international community supported the actual winner, which is the incumbent president, President Alassane Ouattara. Nigeria, under the leadership of President Goodluck Jonathan, who was then the chairman of the authority of ECOWAS, heads of state, played a very critical role in not allowing that crisis to escalate and become a civil war. And up to today, the people and government of Cote d'Ivoire are very much appreciative of that unique intervention by Mr. President. And of course in Mali, after the military coup in 2012 and the subsequent rebellion in the north of Mali, President Jonathan was the only president that ever set foot in Mali to have a first-hand analysis and comprehension of what the situation is. And we thank God today we have a democratically elected government that has got universal mandate across all parts of Mali, north and south. Of course, a recognition of all these continental and regional efforts in promoting peace, security, democracy, and human rights. There was a consensus among the West African states that Nigeria should take the 2014-2015 biennium non-permanent membership in the Security Council. Nigeria is not supposed to take it 2014-2015, having taken one 2011-2012. This seat is supposed to go around the 15 ECOWAS member states, but considering this pivotal role Nigeria is playing in peace and security, democracy and human rights, which is essentially what the Security Council does, Nigeria was unanimously endorsed to carry it almost back to back. And of course, lately, when Ebola virus disease ravaged the whole sub-region, even before it reached the shores of Nigeria, it was discussed extensively at the ECOWAS summit of the Authority of Heads of States and Government, and an appeal for assistance from the affected countries was launched. And of course, the West African Health Organization too were looking for resources to develop capacity and some level of preparedness to protect the other countries of the sub-region. President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan generously donated $3.5 million on behalf of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which was the seed money. In fact, the first assistance Liberia, Guinea, Sierra Leone, ECOWAS Commission, and West African Health Organization will ever get from anybody in this world. And that spirit continued even when Nigeria became exposed to the virus. Mr. President has directed the Ministry of Health to provide a comprehensive assistance package in the form of logistics, capacity, and other support to the most affected countries, and also our missions in those countries because of the Nigerians living in those countries and the kind of assistance they may require. Mr. President has approved a special package for the 3 Nigerian missions in Freetown, Monrovia, and Conakry.